Record. There we go. Okay, I'm also going to make this a little louder. Yeah, Gibor is mighty. It's
Okay.
Gadol.
Gadol.
Yeah, that's what's great.
That's great or big.
Right.
Okay. All right.
As far as, yeah, the actual vocabulary.
Okay. Yeah.
That's not what I want. That's the wrong one. Try this again. There we go. All right, there we go. All right. So still recording. Good. All right. So when we left off last week, we did the A, did we not?
I'm sorry, which one?
A, the vowel A. Does that look familiar to everybody?
I think we did.
Yes, we did.
Okay, great.
Yeah, we did.
And I remember we did the Lamed, the L, because
Yeah.
this top part looks like an L and it's the longest letter. We also discussed L, which is God, and L, which is two, and how it's important not to mix, confuse the two together. And here's your Gimel. Right? So Hagadol, that's big or great. Gibor is mighty, or they also use it for warrior and athlete. And one of the Psalms that we do, I think it's Psalm 34, when we do it Saturday morning, Shabbat morning. And yeah, in fact, there's your vocabulary down there. Okay. We did oo for spoon, right? Oo. And one way to remember this, you got this vav with a dot in the middle. It's kind of like if somebody is punched in the stomach, they go ooh, right? That's how somebody told me they learned it. So I thought I'd pass that on. Okay, and we learned some vocabulary there. Me who is he? Me he, who is she? And I believe we stopped here at the short vowels. So the short vowels, their sound is shorter, and typically you will find these vowels in a place in the word where it's not the accented part of the word. It's not where it's emphasized. Usually in Hebrew, the accent is in the back of the word, toward the end, either the last syllable or the next to last syllable. And I'll tell you how you know that. There's a little mark that they use to tell you where the accent is when it's not in the back. So a lot of times when you have a word, a long word like this one, Elohim, the word for God, it's a generic word for God. And you see that it's accented back here. So we have the E, we have this yud that makes it longer, Eem, but since it's accented back here, the beginning, it's quicker. So it's Elohim. See? Elohim. So it's a shorter sound at the beginning, and that's designated by the combination of the regular vowel, in this case, the E, and the paired with the silent vowel. And that's what makes it a half vowel or a short vowel. Elohim, Borei Ha'olam. Another case, let's find another case here. No, there really isn't. Okay, so much is for that. Okay, I just want to move this out a little bit. I've got it a little bigger, and I want to make sure I get it all on this. Okay. We'll come to other words where you've got a short vowel. Okay, ma'amad. Here's another one. To be standing. Ma'amad. See, it's ma'amad, accented in the back. This middle part is real quick. Ma'amad. This word, the word for room, hadar. See, hadar, not hadar, hadar. All right, let's do this. Let's go to this letter, which is a tav. So T, it's enunciated like a T as in toe. And here's your little toe right here. Okay, so follow me on line 1. Ta,
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 T,
T,
T, good.
T,
T, a little bit longer. T,
T,
ta,
ta,
to,
toe, and te.
te.
Very good. Very good. Somebody's been studying. All right. Line 3. Toe,
Da,
da. Very good. Toda. And toda means thank you. Do,
no,
D,
D. Very good.
D.
Do D. And Do D is my uncle or my lover. Again,
to,
do,
no,
da,
da,
and do da.
da. Yeah,
So we have a little bit of a progression. This is kind of the way I look at language. We have a little progression on this sound. We have a t and we have a d. T, d. This is almost like a softer d. There's another letter that is a t sound. To show it to you real quick, it's kind of back here. This is a tet. It's a little bit of a harder t. So you have a d, a d, a t, and then a t. See, ta, ta. That's the contrast. All right, let's go back. Let's go to line 4. Tal, mood.
O,
And we know what Talmud is. Talmud is the oral Torah, right? Talmud. It also comes from the word learn or student.
Torah,
Torah. Good.
Torah.
Torah. Tal,
no,
me,
me,
D.
D,
My student. Talmi D. Now let's put some words together using some new words. Mayor, Meir,
yeah,
and that's Meyer,
Lo-
right? Lomaid,
Yeah.
Torah.
to,
Good.
Torah.
Mayor learns Torah. Let's go to 6.
Mayor.
Meir, good. Meir. Talmid. Mayor is a student. Notice the is and the and the a is understood. No words for that in Hebrew. Who,
Lo,
Who
Lomaid,
made
Torah.
Ta,
Who Lomaid Torah. He learns Torah. Meir is a student. He learns Torah. By contrast, on 7, Devora
Ta,
Torah?
Talmida.
Da,
Devora is a student, a female student. He or she, Lamda
da,
Torah.
da.
Now, Lamda is the past tense for a female. She learned Torah. We'll get to what the present tense is soon. 8, Meir,
Mayor,
Lomaid,
Lomaid,
Torah, the Talmud,
Talmud,
Torah.
Torah.
Meir, Lomaid learns Torah, Ba Talmud Torah. Now that's an expression. I forget what that's called, but it's Talmud Torah is a school. It's a Hebrew school, Torah school, Hebrew school, religious school. B9. Gam,
Devorah,
Devorah, good. Lamda,
uh,
Torah,
Torah,
well,
Batalmud, Torah.
well,
So what that means is also, Gam is also, Devorah learned Torah at a Talmud Torah, at religious school. Now let's learn some biblical verses. Atah,
uh, who,
Who,
ha Elohim.
Elohim,
Yes, now this is kind of interesting. Atah hu ha Elohim. You are God. Notice that the word for he, which is who in Hebrew, is being used for are. It's kind of biblical. And the only time you see it is an expression like this. When we're talking about God. 11. Atah,
Who,
who, good. Elohe,
me,
Abraham,
good. You
Okay.
are the God of Abraham. And again, we've discussed the fact that Elohim, even though it's a plural construct, it means God. One God, even though it's plural. Why is it plural? Some people say because God is so great that it's like there's many, it's just like he's multitude, but there's only one God. Okay, so we also learned a few words, Torah and Ora. Torah is light. And we learned some words, Talmid, which is student, Talmidah, which is a female student, and Talmud Torah is Hebrew school or religious school. Okay, any questions on that? Then let us move on. Okay, this is also pronounced as a t, because we're using the Hebrew, the Israeli pronunciation, which is Sephardic. Sephardic, once again, is Spanish, but it really means all points east. Ashkenazi is the Yiddish word for German, and it's really kind of means all points west. So if you ever, when you're in services, people like Harvey Cohn, who was brought up in a very orthodox, strict kind of a synagogue, he pronounces this as a s. For our purposes, this is a t. Now, here's kind of the difference between the t and that other t that I showed you and the d. This is almost like a soft t, almost like a th. A lot of times you'll see transliterations, and you'll see this as a th. That's how they write it, especially if it's at the end of a word. So let's use the Sephardic pronunciation, which we use in our synagogue, which is pretty much, go ahead. You got a question, Scott?
oh, no, I'm sorry, no,
Interesting, isn't it?
I was clearing my throat, I think.
I do that myself, no problem. Okay. So line 1, once again, toe,
So,
Toe, Ta,
uh,
toe,
Ro,
T,
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 te,
Ta,
good, ta,
Ta,
and
T,
T. Good. Okay, so 2. Remember, we're going to pronounce these exactly the same. Ta,
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 Ta, Ta,
ta,
te,
good,
Te,
t,
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 and toe.
Toe,
Okay, let's go down to line 4. Toe, toe, ra,
Ra,
Torah,
Cho, Ra,
ra,
Cho,
o,
ra,
Ra,
T.
T. T.
Torah, T.
All right, let's go to 5, and this is going to get a little interesting. Ha-to,
To.
Ra.
ha,
Ha.
to,
To.
Ra. He.
ora. Oh, I'm sorry. He,
He.
To.
to, ti.
Torah, T.
So you see that in this case, Torah is spelt with a tav with a dagish in it. It's called, that's a dagish, that dot. Here, it's not. So really, this letter and this letter are ultimately the same letter. And there are times when you'll see it with a dagish in it, and there's some times when you won't. And a lot of times that depends on the previous word, and it's a grammatical thing. 7. Ha-Torah. Oh, let's go to 6. Ha-Torat,
Torah.
emet,
Amen.
Amen.
Torati.
Torah.
So Torat, Torah is Torah. Torat with the taf at the with the tet with the taf at the end is the Torah of. Emet is truth, and see here you see that half vowel. Torat emet, Torah of truth. Torati is our Torah. Okay, 7. Ha-Torah,
Torah.
he,
Me.
ora.
Torah.
Okay, so in this case, the word she, because Torah is a feminine word, the ah and the hey makes it feminine. The Torah is light, where the he, that pronoun is being used as is again. Ora, Torati. Light is my Torah. Okay. 8.
Devorah.
Devorah,
Torah.
Lomedet, Torah.
Torah.
Now we learn the feminine present tense of learn, Lomedet. That's why we didn't learn it before, because we needed that taf at the end to make it feminine. Lomedet. 9. Ha-Talmidah,
Talmidah.
Devorah,
Torah.
Lomedet, Torah.
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 The student, Devorah, Deborah, learns Torah. Okay, 10. Devorah, Ohevet, et ha-Torah. All right, a couple of interesting points here. First of all, a new word, Ohevet, loves. Ohev is the masculine loves. Ohevet is the feminine loves. Now, what does the word et mean? Et does not have an English equivalent. It is a word that is put in a sentence for a direct object. Direct object, the. Deborah loves et the Torah. If you were to say up here, see the difference? Devorah lomedet Torah. Deborah learns Torah. Not the Torah, otherwise there'd be an et here. Okay, 11. Hamorah omeret, the teacher says, this is a feminine teacher, Hamorah omeret, HaTorah, Torat,
Torah.
emet. The Torah is a Torah of truth. Okay, now let's go to 13. Et ha-Elohim tira'u. So tira'u is a command form. you will fear, or you will, really, it's not fear like afraid, it's really like awe. You will be in awe at Ha Elohim, of God, the God. Direct word. Okay, now we go to another letter. Shin. As in ship. I guess this looks like a ship. You got these sails above there, right? So this is a sh sound. So line 1. Sha. Sha.
Sha.
Good.
Yeah.
Shay.
Shay.
They.
Shay.
She.
Shay.
She.
So.
Shay.
Show.
So. Shoe.
Shoe. And shoe.
Shoe.
Okay. Now let's learn some words. Number 2. She.
She. Sha.
Sha, which is Shisha, which is 6. Tish. Ah, which is 9. Ish,
She.
which is man. Aish, which is fire. Shemu, which is his name. And El, which is God. Okay, so Shmuel is also a name, but Shmu is his name and El is God. Okay, 3.
Sha.
Jah, Mosh.
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 Shamash is like a sexton. I guess that's the person that, lights the candles, make sure the memorial board lights are lit at the right time.
Shemesh.
And Shemesh, right, which is, anybody know? Shemesh? Sun.
Sun as in the hot sun, or sun as in
Hot sun.
okay.
The sun you're thinking of, your sun is Bane,
Bane.
which is also the word meaning between. Isn't it interesting that that the word Bane means son or between? Because let's face it, you have a kid, they're between generations, aren't they?
Right.
Okay, sorry, my wife just got out of a sisterhood meeting and okay. Okay, so Shar,
R.
Shear.
No.
So Shar is song. Shear is sing. Shame, which is name. And
Is
by the
what?
way, if you had Sham, that means there, as opposed to here. So again, that's a word, depending on how you enunciate it. Shame or Sham looks like the same thing. Shame is name, Sham is there.
Shame. Or name could also be Shem.
Yes, well, it's pronounced shame or shame. These days in Israel, the A and the E are almost pronounced the same. So you will never see the word for name, shame, with an E under it. It's always an A. But some people in conversation just say Hashem, Hashem, Hashem.
And then Shabbat.
I'm sorry. Yes, Shabbat.
Shabbat.
And then, of course, Shalom.
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Okay, 4. Moshe. And you see why this is pronounced Moshe. This dot above here, see that dot? The one that's up here? That one? That's what makes this a shin. If the dot was on the other side, we have the next letter, which it's a sin. It's a sa. So if the dot is on the left, it's a sa. If the dot is on the right, it's a sh. Now, if I were to ask you what vowel does the mem have, you might be scratching your head. But if you notice, this is the O, right? The O that's on the other side. This O, this short O. So what happens is that you'll see in older texts, the mem and shares the dot of the that makes this the shin. It shares it and makes it Moshe. Now, in some newer texts, you'll see they put two dots there. You have a dot that makes this a shin and a dot that makes it an O, Moshe.
Would that only apply if there's an M there, or would it apply with any other letter?
No, yeah, they do it with other letters.
So whenever you see, so that's what's kind of confusing. So they're
Right.
sharing the dot with the shin
Right.
to
Now,
get both. So if that were, let's say, if that were a lamed instead of a mem, would that be losha?
yes.
Okay.
Now, here, it's the same situation, but the mem has a vowel. It's got a ma.
So that overrides the O.
Yes. Yes.
It wouldn't be mao. It would just be ma.
Right. Right. It would definitely not be ma'o. It's one vowel to a letter. One vowel to a customer.
Okay. All right.
It's not, you don't see it all the time. It's not that frequent, but you do see it every now and then.
So
Okay. So we got Moshe,
Show.
show, good, mer.
Mer.
And shomer means guard, or in this case, you have Shabbat. Shomer Shabbat. You guard or you keep the Sabbath. This word, to shu va.
Wow.
Teshuva.
Now,
Teshuva. That's a
Teshuva, which means to return, or it's like during the high holidays, we're doing teshuva. We're going back to basics, back to Torah.
or like a ball teshuva.
Okay, like a Baal teshuva, yeah.
Yeah.
So here's another situation that you see every now that you see. All right, you have a letter. Now this is a full word here, teshuva, but the first letter has a silent vowel, which means there are two syllables here, the t and the shu. A lot of times, same thing here, sh, mu, right? A lot of times when you see a letter, and usually it's more often in the middle of the word rather than at the beginning of the word, that has a silent vowel, you will see a dagesh. The dagesh emphasizes that letter, which means this letter gets its own syllable. More to the point when it's at the beginning of a word. Okay, let's skip down to number 6. Shlomo. That's Solomon. So you don't see a dagesh in the shin. You really kind of don't need it. What else would you do with it, right? Shlomo, shar, shir. Okay, Shlomo, shar, shir.
Sure.
So Solomon sings a song. And again, because it's the first letter, sometimes you'll see the dagesh, the first letter with a silent vowel. Sometimes you'll see a dagesh, sometimes you won't. Depends on the word. But the silent vowel is the shortest sound, because you're only pronouncing, remember, you're only pronouncing the sound of the consonant of the letter. Okay? 7. Shame.
Shame.
Okay. Hashir,
Hashir.
name of the song. Shabbat.
But
Shalom.
Shalom.
Name of the song is Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Okay. 8. Gam. And here you see a dagesh in the gimel. just means it's a little bit more accented. Sham, Agam. Shemuel, Shar,
Or
Et, Hashir.
Ashir.
And again, also Samuel sings at the song. You have the, it's a direct object. So we have that et in there. Okay. 11. Shabbat,
Shalom.
shalom, good. Shabbat shalom. Abba, Shali. Shabbat shalom, my father. Father, Shel, Shel is of. And in Hebrew, possession is of. Shali, mine. Shelcha, yours, male. Shalach, yours, female. And we'll get to the cha. I think it comes up next. And you can say 13, Shabbat, Shalom, Ima, Shali. Okay. And I won't repeat these words as we've gone over them already. And here's some different ways for review. Let's go to this. Shamor, Shamor, okay, keep or guard. Et, right? Ha, Shabbat. Shomer Shabbat, keeps the Sabbath. Literally guards the Sabbath. Shomeret Shabbat. So female, feminine, guards the Sabbath. Shulamit, proper name, it's the feminine form of Solomon. Od me, who else? Actually, I think it'd be me, Od, but that's... All right. Questions, comments?
Go back to shell. What does shell mean again?
Shell means of,
Oh,
okay? So in Hebrew, you have the possession, the first person possessive is that E with a yud. And it's a suffix. So shell is of, sheli is mine, is of me or mine. That's how they say mine.
okay.
Okay, so in like cause, we've got the sin. S as in sin, and that's actually the name of the letter, sin. So where on the right, it's a sh, on the left, it's a sa. So number one, sa, sa,
Say.
yeah, good.
Say.
Say,
Say.
say, a little longer. See,
So.
so,
So.
good. See,
See.
and Sue.
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 Okay, line 2. See Sue.
Sue.
Samu,
Samu.
Shama. So the word sham means there. When you have a direction and you put, or a city, and you put the and the hey after it, it means to. So shama means to there. Sim, which means put. See me, put me. Sava and Sheva. Sheva is 7.
Eva. Ah, okay.
Okay, what word do you think, how do you think we pronounce this word?
Shiva.
Nope.
Shiva.
Nope. Sova,
Sava. Sava, right.
tricky. That dot
Sava.
that makes it a sin doubles as an O. And again, in some books, they will put 2 dots there for you.
So how do you pronounce it again?
Sova.
Sova.
this dot here doubles as an O vowel.
And how would, do you just know that by familiarity with the word, or is there a rule for that?
Well, let's say you didn't know that. You're looking at this. Where's the vowel for the sin?
Yeah, I don't see one.
Well, you do. Yeah, but you do because it's right here. It's kind of hidden.
So you assume if there's nothing underneath.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how you break it down.
So you just assume that that dot would double as the vowel.
Right.
Okay.
Because there's no other vowel there.
Okay.
So it's sova.
So if we go to the far left, to the end of that line, where there's a sin and a vav with the O, so that
Right.
would be an O.
Asur.
So,
So since you already have an O expressly spelled out there,
Mhm.
you can have a double O. So it would be so,
You don't
so-
have a double O.
right. Maybe I'm not explaining it.
No, I know
Well-
what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
So it wouldn't be so or, because that wouldn't make sense. So it's sore.
Right. Right.
Okay.
But here's what it might be. Okay, you ready for this? Without being a vowel, this letter is a v. It's a vav.
Right.
Now, how would you pronounce this?
Oh,
No,
so,
vo?
you wouldn't
No.
pronounce it. Oh, how would you pronounce it?
vo?
Huh?
Vo?
Vo.
Vo?
Yes. Yes.
But if you put other letters around it, it becomes an O?
If there's nothing around, yes, if there's a letter in front of this, there's a no. Now there's one exception. This vav in front of a word means and. See, it looks like a 10 peg. And actually the word vav, which is the name of this letter, is also the word for a 10 peg, because you put a 10 peg in the ground and you tie 2 ropes to it and it joins the 2 ropes. And, okay? And it's either va is and, va or va is and the, right? Vaha, they put it together and it's va. There are times, you don't really see it in modern Hebrew, more like ancient Hebrew or the prayer books, where you will see an O at the beginning of a word, and it's and. Specific cases, depending on the last letter of the previous word. So the and va and the O is and. But again, you don't really see that very much. So can this word be theoretically mistaken for so, vor? Yeah. But if that was the case, you'd know it's a vav because there would also be a dagesh, a dot in the middle of the vav. And that's how you'd know it. The Hebrew word for sin is avonot, and it's spelled with a vav that's got a dot on top and a dot in the middle. That's how you know it's vo. Okay, are you very confused now?
Maybe. It's not easy.
No, it's not. But once you get in the practice of this, it becomes second nature. You're just like, oh yeah. You know,
Right.
you recognize it. Okay.
It's kind of like when you learn,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, it's kind of like when you learn English words like Lincoln
Right.
or Colonel,
Yeah.
just kind of weird grammatical or
Yeah.
spelling things. You just have to
Yeah.
learn them.
Yeah, exactly. Well, English is, don't get me started on English.
Okay.
I mean, they lie to you. They lie to you. They tell you that there's 26 letters. That's a lie. You got the word apple. There's an A there, right? What about the word away? There's 2 A's that are pronounced differently. That's 3 letters. That's 3 letters.
Right.
Yeah. So there's more like 40 letters in the English language. Really, when you think about it.
I've been told that for non-English speakers, learning to speak English is one of the most difficult languages to learn.
I believe it. I believe it.
But yeah, Hebrew's not easy, at least not yet.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hebrew's like a breath of fresh air. It's like Spanish. What you see is what you get.
Right.
Okay, so say, which means do or make. Asa, which is did or made, it's the past tense, and then asur. Okay, so let's learn a name. Number 5. Sarah. Ha-isha. Shel
um,
Abraham. Sarah is the wife of Abraham. Now, why is there no et here? I don't know. Maybe because you're saying Sarah, the wife of Abraham, Aisha. Aisha is also woman. So it means woman, it also means wife. Good old ancient language there with its politically incorrect gender designation.
Hmm.
Okay. 6. Shabbat, Avraham,
Hmm.
Ba.
Ba.
7. Avraham,
Omer,
Omer, good. Shabbat, Alon,
Shalom,
Sarah. Okay, so I think we've exhausted that. Seem, Shalom. Grant peace or put peace. So you see, ancient Hebrew's a very conceptual language. A word can have different meanings based on a concept. Grant peace, put peace, place peace. Seem, Shalom. Okay, so Sarah and Shara. Shara is sings, but it's the feminine. So Sarah, Shara. Sarah sings.
Oh, wow.
All right, let's go to this little letter. Yud, as in yes. The little letter. Yeah. So, line 1. Ya,
Yeah.
ya,
Ya,
yeah,
Yay,
yay,
Ye.
Ye,
ye,
Yo.
Yo,
yo, good. Also, yo,
Yo.
Yo,
You.
you, and yeah.
Ye,
So, yeah, as in Yehei. Yehei Shmei Yirah, right? So, line 2. Yo,
Yo.
Mar.
Yomar.
So, Yomar means he will say. And you've got this aleph with absolutely no vowel. It's a silent letter, no vowel. It's basically a placeholder. But the reason it's there, because the word to say is Omer, Amar, Omeret. So to make this the he will say, Yo Mar, you got to spell it out. You have to use that aleph so people know what word it is. You can't just ignore it because you put Yo Mar, but oh, what is that? Could be something else. Okay. Yeah,
Ya,
led.
Yellow.
Boy.
Yella,
Boy.
Okay. Yo, shave.
Shave,
Yo, shave. Means
Yo.
sits.
Means what?
Sits.
Sits?
Yo,
Sits. Mhm. You will also see the word yoshev or shav sits with stay, like when somebody settles in the land. And when you're reading through the Torah, V'hu yoshev, v'hu yashav b'Kanaan, and he settled in Canaan. You'll see it used like that. You know, he sat in Canaan, he stayed in Canaan. In fact, the word Shabbat, shave, right? Because what are you doing? You're sitting all day, right? You're staying. Shabbat, you're resting.
uh,
See,
Yerusha-
concept word. Okay, here's a good word.
Yerushalayim,
Yeru,
Yeru,
Shah,
La.
La,
La.
Yim.
Me.
Okay, what word is this? Yerushalayim.
Yerushalayim,
Jerusalem.
Jerusalem,
Jerusalem, yes. In a lot of cases, the Yud is our J. Okay, another case in point. Yehu,
Yehu,
Da.
Yehuda,
Yehuda. What is Yehuda?
Yehuda. Sounds familiar.
Either Judah or Jew.
Yehuda.
Yehuda. Judah or Jew, which is where the word Jew comes from, by the way. Yehuda. Some guy called me. Well, he called the office. And he's like, I don't know. I don't understand something. And nobody can answer this question for me. Where is the first time the word Jew is used in the Torah or the Bible? And I called him back. I said, it isn't. I said it's a later use of the word after the other 10 tribes dissipated. Then you'll see the word Jew like in the Talmud, but that's really it. You don't see it in the Hebrew scriptures because it really didn't become a word till later on. Okay.
Hmm.
Haya,
Yeah.
which means was. So
Was,
talking about God, who haya, who hoveh, who yiyah. He was, will, is, and always will be. So hoveh is an old Hebrew word, old Hebrew or ancient Hebrew word for third person to be. They don't use it anymore. Hoveh. In fact, that's how we get the word Yud Hey Vav Hey for God that we don't pronounce. It's from the contraction of those three words. Was, is, always will be.
Hmm.
Okay, 3. We have Haya, which is was, and now we have Ye,
Ye,
yeah,
yeah,
which is he will be. Okay, here's another familiar word.
Ye.
Yis,
Ra'el.
Ra'el, good, which is
Israel.
that's right, Israel, very good.
Israel,
Okay, now we got Yehei,
Yea.
which means may it
Okay.
be.
May it be,
Sorry,
may it be,
yeah, Yehei Shmei Rabbah, right? Like Yehei Rama, may it be, or may it come to pass, that type of thing. Okay, Yah,
yeah,
which is a word for God. Now, notice that you have a dagish in there in the hay. Okay. I'm sorry for being rude. So when you have a hey at the end of a word, typically it's not pronounced, right? When you have a dagish in there, and this is a little beyond what we're doing, it's called a mapik. And you see this a lot in biblical Hebrew. And when you see that dot, that dagish in a hey at the end of a word, it's kind of like you're taking a breath. So it's not just Yah, it's Yah.
yeah.
Now, of course, you wouldn't hear that, during conversation, but that's kind of what it's for, mapik. It's like taking a breath. Okay.
Yehi.
Right? It will be good. Elohai,
Elohai.
which is my God. Galui and Yamai, which I believe is my C or something. Okay, so 4, Shomer.
There,
Yisrael.
Good.
Shomer Israel,
Yep. Keep Israel. Guard Israel. 5, Hayeled, Yisrael, Haya,
Oh,
B'Shalayim. See how you can take Hebrew and you got these long words, but you can break it right down? Syllable by syllable. B, Ru, Sha, La, Yim.
Ying.
Okay, so B means in Jerusalem. The boy, Israel, that's his name. Israel can be a name. Haya was Birushalayim, in Jerusalem. Six, Hayeled,
Red.
The boy.
Israel, Ba,
Ba.
La Talmud, Torah.
Oh,
The boy
studying too.
came to Hebrew. Okay. Seven, Hamoreh, Amar, Yisrael,
Oh,
Yodea, which means knows, Shir,
there.
which is a song, Ivri.
Good.
What is Ivri?
Hebrew.
Hebrew, yes. The teacher said Israel knows a Hebrew song. And eight, Shem, Asher,
Ashir.
the song, Shomer, Yisrael.
Fire.
Shomer, Yisrael, right? Okay, 11. And here's the words of the song. Shemor, Sha'erit, Yisrael. Protect what is left or keep what is left of Israel. 12, Al, which means don't. Al kind of means don't. So we've got three words, right? That are all the same. Al, El, and El. They're pronounced exactly the same way. And if you confuse Al, which is don't, with El, which is God, it's blasphemous. That's why you got to know the words of the Torah. Al Yovad, good. And once again, we have an aleph here with nothing there because probably it comes from the word
right.
obeyed, right? Israel. Don't let Israel be destroyed. Okay. So Shalom al Yisrael. Peace, shalom is peace on Israel. So we learned Yerushalayim, which is Jerusalem, Haya, which is was, Yodea, which is knows, and Yeled, which is boy. Okay, we have a couple of minutes. Let's go to this Vav real quick. Okay, line 1. Va,
The,
va,
va,
va.
Hey.
Good. Ve,
they,
they,
the,
the,
Free.
the, vo,
o, vo,
vo, and
Ra.
vaya.
va,
Vaya.
vaya,
Because the yud makes this and I. And you can see for yourself. Say it fast. Vaya, aya, aya.
Vaya,
See how you're making that I sound?
mhm,
Okay. 2. Lay,
Hey.
V.
V.
Levi.
Levy,
Levi, right. V, who, da. V, and you. Va, yahi. See, vaihi. Va, yo, mer. Vayomer. And he said, Vahu, and he, Vahi, and she, Vaed, and ever. Ed is ever or all or else or until, Vaed, and ever. So, in biblical Hebrew, ready to get confused?
Sure.
Yomer means he will say, right? in biblical Hebrew, when you see the word vayomer, it makes the future into the past tense. It means he said, Vayomer Adonai al Moshe lemor. And God said to Moses, not and God will say, and God said to Moses. That's biblical Hebrew. We also have here va'ed, right, which means an ever. 3, va'ad, and always, and else, and until. That's the way ad and ed are used. A, V,
V,
T.
T,
Not sure what that means. Mal,
O,
ve. Okay. Ho, ve. Ancient Hebrew word for is. Velo, he. And the gods of. Velo, he, Abraham. Velo, he, Yitzchak. Velo, he, right? David. Which is weird because if you didn't have vowels here, you might think it's Dode instead of David. I've seen a few places where they actually put a yud here. 4. David. David and David. Va yo sha. Va yo sha. Va yi ma. And he will hear. Va yishma. Shema is to hear. Shav,
O,
which is like a curse or a bad word. Shav. Shema,
J,
which is here. Shav,
Here.
Vahaya. All right, let's do a little bit of biblical Hebrew and then we'll stop there. Bereshit,
Bereshit.
Vayomer, Elohim, Yehi, or.
Let there be light.
See the Yomer, Vayomer, and God said makes it the past. Vayomer rather than Amar. That's the way we do it in modern times. Vayomer, Elohim, Yehi, or. And God said, let there be light. Vahi, or. Vayivra, Elohim, et, it's a direct object, Ha-Adam. And God created the man.
Adam, like Adam.
That's right. Adam, that's where the word comes from, exactly. Today, they don't use the word for Adam. They get more politically correct and they just use it for human being. Vayishbot, and he rested. Vayishbot, Vayom, Hashvi'i. See, Vayishbot is rest, Shav, stay, rest, Shabbat. Shabbat, rest. Okay. Vahu, Haya, Vahu, Oveh, Vahu, Yi, yeah. Umeolam, and from forever, Va'ad, and until, Olam, ever, Ata, El. Last word, Vehagita, Bo, Yomam, Valal. And you study it on it day and night. Lo, do not, Tisa, bear, Shema, which is a rumor, which is a false Shav rumor. All right, so we'll get to this next time. Any questions, comments? Okay, then, thank you for being here. The recording will be on. I'll stop the recording.